How could South Africa's Green Paper on National Planning aid in the process of building a developmental state?
A planning agency needs to be able to keep some immediate distance from sectional interest to avoid the state being captured and to avoid the state developmental agenda being derailed. Such consultation should be done by land ministries and at the cluster level. So I think that is why I'm saying, okay, its role should just be to plan, to integrate. It doesn't plan alone. Recall that. It gets input from line ministries and the various clusters that feed into that plan. It should be the objective arbiter of integrating, but where necessary, veto what is coming from line ministry to say there are contradictions between what Ministry A is putting on the table and what Ministry B is putting on the table. What is best for the national interest? Having seen all what you guys are putting on the agenda is this. And you should be able to tell line department, this is what the plan is going to be. Go and revise your plan. It should be able to have that capacity. But it should not be bogged down with consulting with stakeholders. Such consultation should be done by line ministries or at the cluster level. And the example that I give in my write-up is that perhaps the Department of Economic Development should be responsible, should lead consultation, national consultation around economic issues, while DTI could lead consultation around industrial policy. But DTI policy then have to feed into what DED, which is Department of Economic Development, will do. And you could have a similar, because I do not think that the Department of Economic Development is a line ministry. It's not a line ministry. I think it has a more coordinating role, and I think that is the exact word that the president also used. You could also have the same for the infrastructure clusters. You could also have a similar department for the social cluster. So, in effect, you need various levels of department. So I'm basically arguing for super ministries, the word that we are becoming uncomfortable with in South Africa. We don't want super ministries, not because of its likely developmental impact, but because of competition among political figures. So we are not making a judgment based on technical grounds on how it will enhance the capacity of the state, but in terms of which political figures, or I think it is one of the factors in terms of there might be other factors, but I do not think the judgment in terms of how the judgment of whether to have line ministries or not is being made, super ministry or not is being made on technical ground. If you focus on enhancing the capacity of the state, I think the ideal, the route to go, will be to have various levels of ministries, and we will not be having this unnecessary rivalry